Okay. Welcome to Tungsten Tales, ladies and gentlemen. We have Tony Kenny from tournament sponsor William Hill. We've got a final anyone would dream of. Fantastic. Adrian Lewis, Gary Anderson. It's mapped out lovely, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. I suppose we were all getting a bit worried when Phil Taylor was going out, when Michael Van Gerwen was going out. Of course, what a find we have going to store. Two former world champions, the defending world champion Gary Anderson, and of course the 2011 and 2012 winner in Adrian Lewis.
Yeah, and in fact, I was lucky enough to be in the crowd watching the 2011 final. And it's a 9-darter, unbelievable. The crowd were loving it, and they're gonna love it tomorrow because the pace it's going to be played at. They hit 180s for fun, and the atmosphere is going to be, the roof's going to come off.
I think Sky got down for 2.5 hours. I think it could be over very quick tomorrow. The way these two guys play is absolutely fabulous, and it's one for all the darts purists out there to keep their eyes on.
Yeah, and I know obviously William Hill, they've been great and refunded all the losing bets this evening because of course Gary landed a 9-darter, but I hear there's an extra little bit twist to it because there's £9,000 going to a very worthwhile charity.
Yeah, the Don Louise Hospice up in Stoke, they do some fantastic work, and I'm just so privileged for that Gary actually landed tonight, won, and he's the main protagonist in this story because he's got them the £9,000 because we said we'd donate for every 9-darter. Getting them slightly worried, of course, it was coming to the end of the tournament, but it was definitely worth the wait.
It certainly was, and so. If there's another one tomorrow, there's another £9,000 go to
another £9,000, another £9,000, unbelievable. Hopefully it happens.
Yeah, very much so. And of course, 5-1 for the final. There's a 9-darter, and with the two big hitters on stage, it could happen. It could go again.
I think only Michael Van Gerwen, if you had him in the final. I think that these are the two guys who will land a 9-darter, and with Gary Anderson, he's been trying to do for the last few years, and he's just missed it a couple of times last year. I think he missed in the double 12 twice last year, so it's fantastic he landed this year. I think it's going to be fantastic tomorrow if we get another 9-darter between Adrian Lewis and Gary Anderson.
Yeah, and of course the tournament, like we mentioned, Barneveld has been fantastic. He's won 3 last leg deciders. We said one of those against Michael. Is that so far your game of the tournament, Michael, against Raymond? Because there was a Chizzy Peter Wright game that was superb as well.
I think Barney's been the story of the whole tournament so far. He's all the way through. He's coming from behind, and it's the real eye of the tiger, rocky stuff that he's actually coming up with. I think Barney's been absolutely fantastic, but Adrian Lewis, I think he's a star of the show. He's probably one of the most talented darts players that's ever played the game, and the fact he's only got 2 world titles, I suppose, out there is just kind of belies the odds, to be honest, at the moment. But Gary Anderson again, another really talented thrower. Those two guys get into the final is magnificent.
It is, and 3,000 people sold out every session. Every session is like New Year's Eve out there. It's absolute mayhem, and they're crammed in now, and it gives a proper darting sort of cauldron, doesn't it? It's superb in there.
That's what it is, and people out there trying to beg, borrow, and steal tickets for the final.
I have to myself.
I know. I'll get the check off you later. But listen, the whole tournament is just growing from strength to strength, and there's an extra 500 people for every session in this year. You've probably seen with they've moved the stage rounds, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. And you can see the players. It's going to be a right cauldron as well. It's a real cauldron, hot atmosphere up there. Players are quite hot, but they love that kind of bear pit, I should say, of a kind of an atmosphere out there.
Yeah, and of course the stars are coming out. We had James Corden here this evening, Jack Whitehall, Niall from One Direction, who was lucky enough to have a photo with myself. These stars, they come, don't they? And of course we've had royal members in the last few years as well, so it's the place to be seen. It's the hottest ticket in sport.
I know, and I heard you're a very good singer as well. I'd love to see you in One Direction.
I think we'll move on from that. Now, the big one tomorrow, we said 5-1 and 9-darter, but here are the odds. So you have gone 1-2, Gary Anderson to retain the title, and 7-4 Adrian Lewis. So that's now. I mean, I think 2011 they were about 10-11, the two of them. So Gary's form recently, that's why he's red hot.
It's Gary's form, and today, at one stage looked like he was going to break the three-dart average record. He was at 111.5 at one stage during the thing. So he's, if Gary shows up in the same form as he was in the semi-finals, it's Gary's to lose. But Adrian, he's such a competitor, and I just can't back against him. It's just so hard to call.
It is. It's going to be an absolute treat for everyone watching. Thank you very much, Tony. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Paul. See you behind the bar soon.
Behind the bar with Paul Starr. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tungsten Tales. Tony from William Hill, the tournament sponsor. Tungsten Tales, keeping it sharp end of world darts. Thanks for joining us.